Hey guys, it's Dani from Dani the Horse Girl, and today's horse story is about Spirit Willow Dance.
Okay guys, so if you're new here, this is our horse story series. Every week we post a video about our horses, a special story about each horse, and a few interesting facts about them. So today's story is about Miss Willow. So make sure you stay tuned every week, turn on your post notifications, and make sure you're subscribed to Dani the Horse Girl. Alright, so Miss Willow. My dad bought Miss Willow as a 2-year-old. She came from New York, the state of New York, in a truck, like a cattle truck, full of horses. So she had a pretty rough experience for her as a 2-year-old, and she was a yearling. As a yearling, she was actually a yearling, and so when we got her, you couldn't touch her ears. She still doesn't really like it, but you can touch them now. This is her daughter who's being a pest, and you couldn't touch her ears. You couldn't get a halter on her. You couldn't give her a shot. You couldn't deworm her. She was a pretty tough horse to train. She's super sensitive, and she is very responsive. So once you do get her going, she is a really good girl. We actually don't ride Willow because she has an injury to her hip, and she also tried to cut her hoof off once. So the injury to her hip, she fell on the ice, and she's been lame ever since then. So she's a horse that we really won't ever sell. She'll just live here. She might have a couple more babies for us or something like that, but since she has that injury, she's not a horse that we'd feel comfortable selling. So we'll just keep her for the rest of her life. And
we love her too much.
And we do love her. So Willow also tried to cut her foot off once. She takes twice the amount of sedative as a normal horse her weight. Fun fact, because she's just so high energy. And she is Jewel's mom, which you can see videos of Jewel in our baby horse playlists, and she's also here bugging the cameraman. Well, this is Rain, but this one's Jewel right here. So what is a good story that you have of Willow, Dani?
I don't really have many good stories with her. I haven't spent a ton of time with her. But I just think she's super pretty. I love how she's spotted but also roaned out. I really hope that Jewel turns out like her. And
I'm not scratching
her mane, I like how it's like long but like it's thin, and just like, I think she's just like a super pretty horse. And I like her handle.
Yeah. Tell them about the handle.
So about 2 years ago, you'd say? 2 years ago, she got a wood knot in her mane, and my mom never brushed it out because it's a perfect handle. And
you can lead her around with it.
Still here today.
She leads very well by her handle. My favorite thing about Willow is she's a good mom, and she is my favorite thing about you. She's sweet. She's very, very sweet. She is probably about midway up in the herd. She doesn't take a lot from the younger ones or the old. You are so lucky. She doesn't take a lot of crap from the older ones, or the younger ones, or she doesn't get bossed around by many. Just the oh my god, get out of here. Willow is about midway in the herd of horses. She doesn't get bossed around too much, but she also isn't the top of the herd. She's not like overly bossy or pushy or anything. And yeah, she just has a great personality, and she's a fun girl.
My favorite thing about Willow is how sweet she is too. She's just such a sweet girl. I love her.
She actually, when people come over, she's the one that they pretty much all point out and say, hey, that horse is really pretty. What's that horse's name? Can I ride that horse? And we always say, no, sorry. She can't be ridden, but she loves pets. She also doesn't like treats. Out of most of the horses in the barn, if you watch our treats video, you can see that she pretty much wouldn't eat anything. She doesn't like many treats at all. When we were training Willow as a 3-year-old, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the song, The Strawberry Roan, but it reminded me so much of Willow because this horse can buck like crazy. She's like a bucking bronco. It's nuts. So she did get broke out to ride, but she was injured as a 5-year-old, so she hasn't been ridden, like I said, very much. Ooh, little thing. Willow.
When was the last time she was ridden?
Willow is 15 years old, so the last time she was ridden was about 10 years ago.
When is her birthday?
I don't know.
Her birthday? Well, if she's about 15,
March baby.
So she's, what, 15 minus 19. Her birthday is March 27th, 2019.
Did you just make that up?
Yep.
2019.
2009. Her birthday is March 9th. Her
Just give an approximate date.
Her birthday is March 17th, 2004.
I'm putting that all in.
Willow has had 2 babies. The first one was a horse named Newt, and he actually went to my friend Brandy's.
Here's the horse we get.
Yep. And so she had him for a while, and now he's since gone from there. She sold him, and thank you. She has since sold him, and he is no longer there. But so that was her first foal, and then her second foal is Jewel. When Willow was about, when Willow was about 6 years old, we had her in with our stallion to get bred, and we had metal siding up, and unbeknownst to us, a chunk had come loose, and she got her foot stuck behind it, and she actually cut her back hoof. So like, pretend my hand is her hoof. This is the front of her hoof, this is the back. She cut like this whole back section off of her foot, and then the vet came out, and 3 of us were sitting on her, and we gave her double the dose of sedatives, and that's what it finally took to get her stitched back up. She does have a scar on that foot. Her feet are a little muddy right now, so you can't see that, but that's pretty much it for Miss Willow. That was her big injury, except for when she went lame. When she went lame, they were running out in the field, and she slipped on ice and landed on her hip, and she's had a limp ever since. So we don't ride her. We just love her. Right. So my future plans for Willow. So our future plans for Willow, she'll probably have a couple more babies for us, and she'll just live out the rest of her life here on our farm. And we're happy to have her. She's a really good girl.
So guys, those are my horse stories for this week. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other horse stories and the horse stories playlist, and make sure to subscribe to the Dani and Horse Girl YouTube channel. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye. So next week's horse story is about Dawn.
Weirdo.
Oh, another good thing I like her about her is that she has a mustache.
She has the coolest whiskers. Get it, look close. Big mustache.